Good morning, everyone. Flightsimguy here, and today I am going to try and ready to go to GSX. I'm going to try and complete a flight using Captain Sim's 757. Now, I've been doing some training on this bird, and between the simulator crashing and me crashing, I've yet to complete a flight. But today, I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can get this thing done. Now, as you can see, I'm parked at Detroit, KDTW. I got GSX going, and I'm going to go to Denver. And like I said, this is my third or fourth time trying to complete this flight. So let's see if I can get this thing done. Man, look at all them planes. Wow, it's going to be a busy day. Alright, so we're in here. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Alright, GSX is going to need some stuff on me. It's going to need that cargo door open, that door open. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that going. Alright, let's open that door, this door, this door, this door, and I think that's it. I think it may also need catering vehicles are in position. Alright, you guys do your thing. And you know what, since this plane is a lot more of a pain in the ass than I expected, I'm going to go ahead and make this also a tutorial for the startup. I got my flight plan here, generated from SimBrief. I didn't bother reviewing the various routes. I just went ahead and picked the first one that came up. And let's see if we can get this thing done. So what we need to do is turn down the TV, go to the overhead, parking brake is set. So let's go ahead and go through our flows. First thing we need to do is get juice to the aircraft, turn on the battery. Next thing we need to do is, I want to say we need to turn on a couple of these fuel pumps in order for the APU to come on. So let's go ahead and turn these two on. I don't recall which one the fuel pumps use. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. Let's see if these work. For some reason these aren't working anymore. Oh, I think I need to have my my avionics master on. Still not playing. Anyway, APU is going. Next, let's go through our flows. First thing we need to do is turn on our INS. No, we can't do that yet. We need to tell the plane where we are. Index position. We are at KDTW. We're at gate Alpha 56. Waiting for your actions. Close service door. I'll wait for that to come back up. Close service door rear. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. This location is what we want. Close service door front. There you go. Oh, not that one. This one. This is the position that we want. We enter that. Put that in there. And then we go to the next page. Previous page. And here's where we enter our route. Now we've actually entered the INS, the position to initialize the INS, so we can go ahead and actually let's go ahead and do this just to be sure. KDTW. We're going to go to KDEN, and we don't have a runway assignment yet. Now we can go ahead and align our gyros. And while that's aligning, we can proceed with our flows. These need to be on. These are on. We don't want to turn on the central hydraulic pumps because these are electrical. They're going to drain on the APU, so we'll leave these off for the time being. These are our annunciator lights. These are good. Coming down here, this needs to be auto. APU generators on. These are auto. These are on. Generators on. Come up here, emergency lights armed. Window heat all on. Rat needs to be closed and good. Ditto for the passenger. Oxygen, engine start. I just leave both So for the purpose of simming, it doesn't matter. These stay auto until it's time to fire up the engines. I'll go ahead and turn on all the remaining fuel pumps when it's time to start. Our fuel is good. Here's where you announce your messages. For some reason, they're not announcing, and I don't know why. Turn on no smoking. We're good down here. These need to be on, and these need to be auto, so our passengers don't burn up. Oops, there we go. And turn that on, that, this, and this. Alright, now, before we get to this, programming the FMS, let's check to make sure that these are off. Okay, both of those are off. We'll lift this up. We'll get to this in a second. Okay, at this point, let's go ahead and get a weather report. Now, there's a bug, not really a bug, but I want to say it's probably a limitation to the simulator. When you go to call for ATIS or to get your clearance, you need to have your avionics master on. There is no avionics master switch in this plane, not that I can see. However, there is a simulation setting for avionics master. I have avionics master mapped to a key on my desktopaviator.com switches, and I have to have that turned on for the radio to work. So let's go ahead and come here. Actually, we can just do this. And let's go ahead and get an ATIS. Okay, it's not doing anything. Let's try that. There we go. Altimeter 3037, ILS, runway 4 left, ILS, runway 4 right visual, runway 3 left and ILS, runway 3 right in use, landing and departing, runway 4 left, runway 4 right, runway 3 left and runway 3 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have golf. Okay, let's go ahead and get our runway assignment. We want to depart to the east. I'm only doing this so we can get our runway.
Uniform Detroit Metro Ground, US Air 757 with golf. Request taxi to the active east departure. US Air 757, taxi to and hold short of runway 3 left via taxiway, uniform Niner, uniform Foxtrot.
Okay, 3 left.
Contact tower on 118.4 when ready.
Alright, now we need to do the hard part. This is the part of the process that I dread. Oh, I can go ahead and turn on the nav of my INS. If I don't do that, then this won't show properly. Alright. Alright. Now we need to enter our route. Okay. Get to my flight plan. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and enter the routes from the flight plan. Okay, that's my route. There's a whole bunch of other waypoints here, but they're on the Keyhole 3 star. So let's go ahead and activate, execute. Let's do a performance initialization. Alright. This part. Gross weight is 195.2. Okay, we want 4,000 pounds for reserves. Cruising altitude is going to be, I could never get, east-west, you fly this plus odd, or, north-south, fly this plus even. I could never remember what those are. Anyway, cost index, I'm just going to make it 35. Center of gravity 27. Okay, takeoff, we want 15 flaps, and we're at 10 degrees centigrade. It's pretty cool outside. 27. Alright, those are my V speeds. The last time I tried this, it was much warmer. V speeds were a lot higher. This time, the V speeds are significantly lower. V1, 131. VR, 134. V2, 138. Oh, damn it. Sorry, gotta go to my departure arrival index, my arrival KDEN. Next page, we want the keyhole 3, and we want the OBH transition. I don't know my runway this I'm arriving at yet, so we'll hit execute, and then go to legs. Need to set this to plan. That's the reason why I wasn't able to verify my route. Let's go ahead and do that now. Legs. Bring this up. Step. And there, we're good. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and set our decision height 200. We want this on map. We'll set it to 40 miles. Okay. Let's go through here. We want speed to be 250. We'll set the flaps in a second. We'll set a takeoff in a second. Rejected takeoff is on. Trim is 3.74. It's about right there. These two are off, and our radios, they're all good. Weather radar, we'll turn that on once we get engine start. At this point, let me go ahead and cut another track. At this point, you grab your checklist and go through everything. Flight plan is good. Loading tool is good. OBS is on. Active Skynex is running. App is loaded. No need vPilot. We got our METARs. Fuel is set. Parking brake is set. GSX. Let's see the status of our boys. How are they doing? They'll go away when it's time to start engines. Gotta push back. APU is on. Play message. I played that damn message. I'm not sure what the problem is. I really like that message. And it's not playing. That's very, very disturbing. You know what? This is a study sim. Maybe it has something to do with the volume. Let's take a moment to screw with that. Where's the volume for the radios? Oh, I know. First of all, let's go ahead and let's turn up the volume for everything. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not hearing anything. See if that makes a difference. No, it doesn't. Anyway, APU gen switch is on. Bus ties are all auto. These should all go away when we start up. Position lights. We'll go ahead and turn on the logo lights. Position light is on. IRS alignment, those are good. Yaw dampers are both on. Engine hydraulics, engine only, those are on. Interior lights, those are good. Emergency lights, PAX O2, those are good. Window heat on, ram error and switch is blank and guarded. Ignition both, engine selector both. Fuel quantity has been checked. Engine and wing ice, we don't need that. Cargo heat, seat belt, those are good. Cabin alt mode, pressurization, that's all good. Equipment cooling, that's all good. Temp control, nobody's burning up, they're all good. Packs, alright, we are getting ready to start the engines. ISO valve on. Flight management computer is set, everything there is set. IRS is set to nav. Cockpit lights are on, flight director is on. Altitude has been set. Altimeter needs to be set. Let's go back over here. And for this plane, for some reason, this one doesn't work. You got to set this one. So it is 30.37. There we go. Heading has been set. Spoilers retracted. Flaps are up. Throttles are closed. Alright, we are ready for pushback. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's call up GSX. Alright, so these guys are backing away. I don't think I'm going to crash into the plane while I push it back. Alright, let's go back to the cockpit. Let's make sure the entire aircraft is buttoned up. Close that, close that. APU intake, that needs to be open. All the other doors are closed.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Very well.
Locking gear.
Yeah. These guys, they do a fantastic job. They're walking away.
Departure check completed. Flight been inserted.
Release parking brake. Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Alright, we can go ahead and start. Alright, so to start the engines, all we need to do, turn off our packs. We'll go ahead and start with the right engine. Make sure our fuel pumps are all on. Okay, our right engine's coming up slowly. Stop the pushback.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake. Okay, left engine is up. Our right engine is up. Okay, now let's do the left engine.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
Thank you. Okay. Left engine's coming up. We'll go ahead and turn on all of our hydraulics. All of our annunciator lights are gone. Put our packs back to auto. All our fans are on. Everyone's comfy.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. Laps 15. Alright, let's confirm our before taxi checklist. I'm not using FS Recorder. I don't want this thing to crash. Packs are good. APU, I'll leave APU running. APU valves are good. Hydraulics are all on. Elevator trim is set. Flaps set. Auto brake is set to RTO. Isolation switch. Close the check. ECAS, remove all warnings. Parking brake, all warnings are gone. That is good. Lights. Taxi lights are on. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on all my lights right now. I know I'm going to forget. Okay. Transponder. Let's see, where's my transponder? It's right around here somewhere. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and set it to TARA. Weather radar. It's on standby. And that's it. I can go ahead and start my taxi. Okay. I'll go ahead and set my thrust rating to take off. Man. You know what? After I'm done with these 757 flights, I think that's going to be it. I'm not going to be doing any more. This thing is too complicated for one person anyway. Let's make sure I have no space to taxi and I crash into that plane in front of me. Yeah, he just spawned right in front of me. Alright, I'm good. I was reading up on some accident reports, and there was this one plane accident. Some Venezuelan pilots were flying a business jet. Between them, they had over 20,000 hours. And what happened was, they simply did not do airplane control check or flight controls check. They did not do the whole, check the rudder, check this. Now what happened was the gust lock was still on with regards to the flight column. The gust lock normally locks the flight column or the yoke column and the throttle both at the same time. Well, the throttle gust lock was broken, so they were able to accelerate, but by the time they found out that they couldn't rotate, it was too late. They tried to abort, the plane ran off the end of the runway and killed everybody on board. So now, one of the problems I had learning to fly this plane is two things. Normally when I check out in an aircraft, I take it to right pat and I manually fly it and do touch and go so I can get a feel for the plane. I couldn't do that with the 757. The plane is simply too big, and I couldn't control the engines properly, so I kept crashing. And I did some research, and these planes aren't designed to be hand flown. You have to use the auto throttle, and in flight, whenever you disconnect the auto throttle, it complains, or it says a big in red, auto throttle disconnected. So that was the first thing. So I figured out, okay, when you fly, you got to use the auto throttle. Second thing I learned was when you're climbing, you want to use flight level change, not vertical speed. Because what happens is the plane tries to maintain a vertical speed. If you put one in that's too high, and before you know it, the plane slows down, and if you're not paying attention to your airspeed, it starts to stall, and the wing starts rocking back and forth. And for a plane this big, simply pushing down on the nose and giving it gas, stall recovery is not as easy as it may seem. And I wiped out a couple of times there. So this time, what I'm going to do is, my plan is, immediately after takeoff, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and max the engines out, manually hold the nose at an angle so I can get up to about 5,000 feet, engage the auto throttle. I have the speed set to 250, and then I'm going to engage flight level change, which is right here. And hopefully, with flight level change, the plane pitches itself to get to the altitude that you want and maintain the indicated airspeed. So I'm going to try that and see if I can get up there. Also, I've learned that with this aircraft, once you have the heading set to whatever heading, once you hit heading hold, it just holds whatever heading you're going, you have to left click or right click on this to turn that off so that it will automatically take, or it'll take the heading that's in the heading bug. And I need to go to a heading of about 300 or whatever down here after I'm at about 5,000 feet. And then once I get the autopilot set up, it will go ahead and fly itself. Then all I need to do is stop right here, stop. Use the FMS flight levels and airspeed. Just control it with the autopilot, and hopefully I can land successfully. Alright, brake is set. Let's go ahead and call for departure.
Detroit Metro Tower, US Air 757 at runway 3 left, ready for takeoff. East departure.
US Air 757, cleared for takeoff, runway 3 left. Caution that Embraer jet taking off, runway 4 right, departure to the east approved.
Confirm runway is what you've been assigned.
US Air 757.
Alright, let's get going. I'm praying I can complete this flight without it crashing. And what's funny is I've been using Steam, and Steam is crashing, which is very, very unusual. Alright. Alright, so to rehearse, once I'm where I need to get going, autopilot on, flight level change, hold. Alright, everything is good. Let's go. The engine's up. Make sure I got takeoff set. My rotate speed is 131. Positive rate, gear up.
US Air 757.
Flaps up,
You are leaving
one
right
notch.
Frequency change approved.
Okay. Flaps up. Full. Autopilot. Hold. Flight level change. Auto throttle. Speed. There. And we'll go ahead and set this to climb. Alright, at this point I need to watch my speed. It's on, oh, it's at flight level change. There we go. Alright. Then I need to change my heading, so what you gotta do is change this. Line up with the path, and then right click on this, and then the plane should bank to line up with the flight path. My plan to use flight level change is holding, or it's working. We're getting up to 250. Flaps up, gears up, we're clean. Alright. Something's not right here. Alright, this vertical speed of 5,000 feet. It's pitching up to try and keep the speed to what I have set here, which is fine. As we get higher and the air is going to get thinner, the vertical speed should go down to maintain a speed of 250. Okay, we're on course. VNAV, or LNAV. Here we go. Alright, let's see how we look on the outside. Okay, flight level change is doing its job. We're at approximately 250 knots. Vertical speed 4,000 feet per minute. And flight level change, its job is to maintain this. So as we get higher and higher, the vertical speed should taper off. Alright, we're in business. We're in business, folks, we're in business. All I have to do is not screw up the approach and landing. Alright, we're in business. We're in business, folks, we're in business. All I have to do is not screw up the approach and landing.
Northwest 526. Contact Detroit departure on 118.905.
118.905. Northwest 526.
Alright, we are way above 10,000 feet, so this can go up.
Exit runway when able.
And as you can see, it's pitching the nose down to maintain a higher airspeed. Take it up to about, actually we can go to that Mach instead of knots. 2992 on the altimeter. We're way past that. I have to step away for a moment. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And I forgot to turn on the weather radar. There is not going to be any significant weather, so that's fine. Weather radar is on. Alright, it's a little bit cluttered. Those are all the airports. We'll just leave it like that. And that's it for now. I can go ahead and kill. the OBS. We're looking good. We're looking good, folks. We're looking good. This might be the very first flight I've completed with the 757. I'll check in with you later. Alright, what do we have here? Something big just happened. Big old bout of turbulence. Okay, what are you doing? What's my airspeed? Okay, what are you doing here, buddy? Okay. Let's go ahead and slow down. Too much turbulence while you're going too fast increases the energy stresses on the airframe. Let's go ahead and slow it down a bit. Let's see how we look on the outside. That's some pretty bad turbulence. Yeah. LNAV is still on. I'm trying to think if I should go ahead and try and increase. Whoa! 81 knot headwind. Well, that sucks. Let's see where we are. We are coming up on a big body of water. And that's gotta be... Who did I take off from Detroit? Yeah, that is Lake. Is that Huron? Yeah. Yes, going over that big body of water should slow down the turbulence. Shouldn't be a lot of rising air coming off of the water, so that should slow us down a bit. And now now the plane is trying to climb, since everything has calmed down a bit. Hey everyone, quick status check. As you may have noticed, I've had some issues with my OBS, that black bar at the bottom of the screen. I don't know why it decides to do that. I don't know what triggers it. I did some research on YouTube with regards to the fix. I found a couple solutions that the guys posted on YouTube, but they don't work for me. So I think until OBS decides to behave itself, I'm just going to have to use a screen capture. Current status, I'm approaching the Capper waypoint. Actually, I'm at the Capper waypoint, 1 mile. Then there's Geordie. Then after Geordie, there's going to be OBH, which is the transition to the Coho standard arrival for Denver. Ran into a little bit of turbulence. I'm no longer over Lake Huron. Let's check my status from the outside. You know, changing my screens like this very often, even though I'm in Steam, makes me very nervous, because that's how FSX crashes, is when you continue changing screens. So I don't think I'm going to do that much. Do that a lot more. Alright, so according to this, I have a message. The center fuel tank isn't sucking, and that's because it is empty. So let's go ahead and turn those pumps off. This is not an issue. This is a metric. I actually do have enough fuel, but for some reason this is in kilograms, or I don't recall. But we should be good on fuel. All right, we are past my waypoint. I need to start my descent. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit that. Captain Sim training. Okay. On these long hauls, you gotta save your flight. All right. So what I need to do is go to my route. Route 2. Next. Oops. Damn it. Legs. Okay, here we go. Alright. So I need to come down to flight level 250. So first thing I gotta do is bring my speed back. Damn it. There. Take this down to 250. And do flight level change. Actually, I want to do vertical speed. 2,300 feet per minute. Okay. And let's go ahead and take a look at my radio is set for the ATIS for Denver, and I'm in a descent, so let's go ahead and go through the descent checklist.
Denver Airport Information, Oscar.
There we go, we got our ATIS. Alright, let's go ahead and make a note of the ATIS.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions, few clouds at 14,000.
Shit! 7 left. You know what? I'm not gonna go behind this guy and get caught in his wake. So I'm gonna do this manually like a champ. What's my speed? Come down on that other runway. Nothing ever goes according to plan. And I have enough damn gas. Flaps full, gear is down, I'm landing this thing. There we go. I don't have enough gas for this. Okay, I'm a little bit steep, but I can do this. Oops. Off. There we go.
Sink rate. Pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up. Sink rate. Don't sink.
U.S. Air 487.
Don't sink.
Go around.
Don't sink. Don't
Going
sink.
around. U.S. Air 487.
Not sinking, goddammit, shut up!
Don't sink.
U.S. Air 487.
I'm losing faith in this add-on.
Don't sink.
128.25.
Don't sink.
128.25 for U.S. Air 487.
Don't sink.
U.S. Air 757. Contact ground on 121.85.
Going to 121.85. U.S. Air 757.
Alright, I doubt if I have enough gas to go to a GSX parking facility, so let's go ahead and park. Request taxi to gates.
Denver ground. U.S. Air 757. Taxi to the gate. US Air 757, taxi to 8 Charlie 46 via taxiway Mike 5, runway 17, right Mike 6, Mike Bravo Sierra, Lima Charlie Sierra.
Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. Stupid taxi. Where the hell is it going? Let's see. Well, there's nothing over there. So it's got to pick up over here. So I'm just going to taxi straight and go right. Oy, what a pain in the butt. Alright. Flaps coming up. This was a lot more painful than it needed to be. The problem I had primarily was coming in. I made the mistake of selecting the runway for the flight management computer. The problem with this is if you're flying VFR, you're way too close for an approach, a runway approach to work, and it just totally screwed up my FMS. And trying to fix myself, I ran low on fuel. So lessons learned: unless you have unless you're flying, and I wouldn't even say flying an IFR is going to help, because by the time the AI ATC tells you what runway you're landing on, you're still too close. So you're either going to have to make a decision. You're simply going to have to make a decision to disregard AI and land on whatever airport runway you're going to land on, and hopefully you won't crash. Or you're just gonna run right through me, aren't you? Well, let me see if I can go around you. There you go. Asshole. Don't crash into my engine, dumbass. Jeez. So stupid. Objects. I had to go around him. He couldn't go around me. Anyway. So, yeah, you're just going to have to decide, hey, I'm going to come in. If you're going to use the FMS, I'm going to come in and land at whatever runway you're going to land on. And hopefully you won't crash into anything. Or, on a day like this, I could have done a visual approach, which would have been better. All I had to do was fly the pattern, pick up the ILS, and land. But nope, I screwed myself up. And even though I landed okay, I landed on the wrong runway. And I have virtually no gas in my tanks. Okay, looking pretty busy over there.
Denver ground, Delta 707. Request taxi to the gate.
Delta 707, taxi to 8 Alpha 36 via taxiway Papa 7 Papa Echo
Taxi
Charlie.
to and hold short runway 26. Using taxiway Charlie Sierra Juliet Charlie November Lima Echo Echo Mike Romeo Romeo 1 Continental 164.
Alright, we got a parking spot right here. Alright, Belgio, how's that for you? You can't get a better park job than that. Alright. Oh man, this plane is a pain in the ass. Brakes on. Power down the engines.
Denver ground, United
Seatbelts off.
5904, taxi to the gate. United 594, taxi to
and we can go
Charlie,
through
green
the
2,
power
using
down.
taxiway Papa
Let's
7
go ahead
Papa, Echo Charlie,
and
Bravo,
turn these
Sierra,
off.
Lima, Charlie, Sierra.
I'm pretty sure there's an order to it, and I'm
Taxiing
doing it
Charlie,
wrong,
green
but I don't
2,
care.
via taxiway Papa 7 Papa, Echo Charlie, Bravo, Sierra, Lima,
Turn off
Charlie,
the packs.
Sierra.
Actually, I should
United 594.
the packs, and let's go ahead and request deboarding. Remember to operate the jetway. Thank you, buddy. Now I don't have a jetway add-on, so we're just gonna have to make believe that the passengers are moving their cells off of the plane. And in the meantime, I can proceed. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Ooh, it's actually unloading stuff. Is that cool or what? How about that? It's actually unloading packages. Alright, enough of that. Let's carry on with the shutdown procedure. Again, this my flows. All those need to stay on. Turn these off.
Denver ground, US Air 487, request taxi to the gate. US Air 487, taxi to gate Bravo 53 via
Off.
taxiway Papa 7 Papa.
And I'm gonna have to reinstall it since the sound isn't working. Turn off my fuel pumps. Actually, I'll leave those on, otherwise the APU is gonna die. That, and these are all off.
United 904, taxi to and hold short of runway 35 left using taxiway Alpha Sierra, Lima, Alpha Alpha, Mike, 6,
And
runway
last but not
17,
least,
Mike 5, Mike Alpha, contact tower on 133.3 when ready. Taxi to and hold short run.
and that's it. We are done. I'm gonna leave these GSX guys out here, let them do their thing. Oh, the doors got closed. Oh Lord. The door got closed because I shut it off and it got stuck right there, I think. Or is it just still loading? Are these all the doors still open? Yeah, these are the doors that are still open. And there's that hot flight attendant right there. This one looks a lot better than the fuel air one. She's kind of creepy. So it's probably just stuck until we can get another one. So it's continuing to unload. This plane is not as easy to fly as it may appear. I wouldn't say I've mastered, but I think I've gotten down the startup sequence, setting up the flight management computer. What I need to do is standardize on an approach with regards to coming in. Good weather, I'll just go ahead and do a visual approach to whatever runway I'm assigned. If I'm going to do an instrument approach, or if I'm going to have the flight management computer set it up, I'm just going to go ahead and program it, get everything ready before I even take off, and just fly it all the way to the runway and leave it at that. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my previous video, join FS. Oh my God, that is the greatest thing ever. Be sure to check it out. It's going to add an entire new dimension to multiplayer in flight simulation. That's all I have for now. Flightsimguy here. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.